In today's news, the Honorable Malone crosses the floor once again to rejoin the National Unity Government. Minister for Overseas Territories arrives in the Virgin Islands. Linda I. Smith appointed Senior Director of RDA, and the Rotary Club of Tortola launches Lose to Win 12-week challenge. We have the details of this and so much more when 284 News returns.
Catch the game on CCT Live. To sign up, go to cctbvi.com or call our call center at 444-4444.
Is that my lunch? Is that my lunch?
We're like the coworker that doesn't eat your lunch.
I'm John. I'm John.
CG Insurance. Good like that.
Catch Super Bowl 57 on CCT Live. Sign up today by calling 444-4444.
Welcome everyone. It is Thursday, February 2nd, 2023. Welcome to this edition of 284 News. I'm Ron Grant, bringing you the latest out of the Virgin Islands, as well as regionally and internationally. Thank you so much for joining us. Beginning our newscast on the local scene here in Tortola, Territorial At-Large Representative, the Honorable Malone crossed the floor once again to rejoin the National Unity Government. This development was announced by Speaker of the House of Assembly, the Honorable Corinne George Mascott, on today, Thursday.
At this time, I wish to read for the record a letter received by the Honorable Malone, Territorial Member. This letter was received today, February 2nd, 2023, and it reads as follows. After careful consideration and consultation, it has been decided that I would vacate my post as a member of His Majesty's Loyal Opposition and rejoin my Virgin Islands Party colleagues as a member of the backbench in the Government of National Unity with immediate effect. I wish to thank the people of the Virgin Islands for their support, understanding, and appreciation of the impart of information from my post as opposition member, and I pledge to continue the discharge of all relevant information, save for topics of national security and those limited by protocol. Signed, Honorable Malone, Territorial At-Large Representative.
This is now the second time that Honorable Malone has crossed the floor of the House of Assembly in less than a year. Malone separated from the National Unity Government last June. At the time, he explained the move by stating that his views no longer aligned with the National Unity Government. Over time, however, Malone began to shed more light on the apparent disconnect between him and his VIP comrades on the coalition government initiative. He went on in August to liken the formation of the National Unity Government and its take on leadership in the territory to a coup due to the absence of a democratic election. And by November of 2022, he had also voiced belief that his exclusion from the cabinet of the National Unity Government was a result of him being deemed ineligible due to his perceived close relationship with former Premier of the Virgin Islands, Andrew Foy. His move to rejoin the National Unity Government comes on the eve of the territory's next general election. Minister for Overseas Territories, the Right Honourable Lord Goldsmith, has arrived in the British Virgin Islands on a 3-day visit from January 31st to February 2nd. More on this report. Minister for the Overseas Territories, the Right Honourable Lord Goldsmith, has arrived in the British Virgin Islands on a 3-day visit from January 31st to February 2nd. Lord Goldsmith's visit is to further develop the partnership between the UK and the BVI and to discuss a range of issues including the United Kingdom's support for environmental and security projects and implementation of the Commission of Inquiry recommendations. His Excellency the Governor John Ranking, while outlining the minister's program, said, and I quote, "I welcome the Right Honourable Lord Goldsmith to the territory on his first official visit to these beautiful islands to discuss implementation of the COI recommendations and to help get a greater understanding of the issues facing the British Virgin Islands." The minister will meet with elected representatives, senior officials, and community representatives. His program will focus on both security and environmental issues, with a visit to the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force Marine Base and Anegada to see the impact of the stony coral tissues loss disease. The Right Honorable Lord Goldsmith said that he is pleased to have the opportunity to visit the Virgin Islands. I am keen to meet the people here and to learn more about the BVI firsthand. I look forward to discussions focusing on the reform program and how to ensure momentum is maintained. Lord Goldsmith said he was also excited to see the range of conservation and biodiversity projects and discuss potential areas where the governments of the VI and the UK can further work together in helping build the territory's resilience to climate change. The Right Honourable Lord Goldsmith succeeds the Right Honourable Amanda Milling, who previously visited the Virgin Islands as Minister for Overseas Territories in 2022. The Virgin Islands Recovery and Development Agency say they are pleased to announce the appointment of Miss Linda I. Smith as the Senior Director of the Development for a period of 1 year, effective January 16, 2023. More on this report. The Virgin Islands Recovery and Development Agency is pleased to announce the appointment of Ms. Linda I. Smith as the Senior Director of Development for a period of 1 year effective 16th January 2023. As the RDA's Senior Director of Development, Ms. Smith holds the mandate to proactively pursue financial investments for RDA, implemented projects, and philanthropy-related initiatives to support the Virgin Islands recovery and development efforts. In welcoming the new SDD to the team, Chief Executive Officer at RDA, Mr. Anthony McMaster, said, and I quote, "We are proud to have Ms. Smith on board and look forward to her expertise and impact in executing the essential portfolio of fundraising as the agency rises to the next level." CEO McMaster added that he is confident that Ms. Smith will bring positive change. Ms. Smith will work in conjunction with the CEO and the agency's development subcommittee to implement a comprehensive, successful capital campaign in the areas of education, climate resilience and mitigation, green initiatives, and the Virgin Islands National Heritage Park project, with emphasis on annual, major, and legacy support. The Senior Director of Development is responsible for the organization of and strategically aligning both fundraising and friend-raising events to be held across the territory and in-kind donations. She is also tasked with increasing awareness of the agency's work, goals, and financial needs in collaboration with current and prospective donors, staff, volunteers, and the Virgin Islands community through public and private sector partnerships. During her tenure, Ms. Smith will develop a 3-year philanthropy strategic plan, execute domestic crowdfunding campaigns, and create a contract corporate social responsibility plan. With a solid background and expertise, Ms. Smith is a skilled facilitator and negotiator who analytically, strategically, and logistically evaluates situations, ensuring low costs while producing quality and comprehensive end results. Ms. Smith holds a master's degree in public administration and a dual bachelor's degree in business administration and business management from the University of the Virgin Islands. She has completed the Quality Improvement Process Certification Program, a curriculum which evaluates organizational efficiency levels, hosted at Harvard University, and a certificate of cybersecurity management from the Texas A&B University. Ms. Smith also has certificates in fundraising management, capital campaigns, and principles and techniques of fundraising management, among other qualifications from the Indiana University. The appointment of the Senior Director of Development is in line with the Virgin Islands Recovery and Development Agency's overall goal to deliver on its mandate to execute recovery projects, build capacity, and philanthropy across the Virgin Islands. And when we return, we have more local news. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Welcome to the 103rd season of the NFL! It's that time for the NFL playoffs every weekend with CCT Live, showing every game on CBS, NBC, ABC, and ESPN, including the Super Bowl. Sign up for CCT Live today.
There's no game like this game!
Is someone gonna get that?
Hello.
Hello. So nice of you to have cleaned up for us. Hi, baby.
We're like in-laws that don't show up unannounced.
Don't worry. I've got this.
CG Insurance. Good like that.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, Sonny.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut front of people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you? You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Hello viewers, welcome back. The Rotary Club of Tortola and the BVI Diabetes Association has kickstarted their Lose to Win 12-week challenge campaign. Of course, this is in remembrance of the late Elton Georges, a former deputy governor as well as past president of both clubs. Now, the aim of the fundraiser is, of course, to encourage participants to shed unwanted weight. More on this report. The Rotary Club of Tortola and the BVI Diabetes Association kick-started their Lose to Win 12-week challenge in remembrance of the late Elton Georges, a past president of the two organizations. Lose to Win, which was conceptualized by PP Elton, is a combined health and wellness initiative and fundraiser. The aim of the fundraiser is to encourage participants to shed unwanted weight and aim towards a healthier body in order to prevent or control non-communicable diseases. The initiative is centered around one of Rotary International's important areas of focus, namely disease prevention and treatment. The winner of the last Lose to Win challenge, which was held in 2018, was Rotarian Bernadette Bradwith, a member of the club who lost 30 pounds by weight in deadline. During the official launch of the challenge at last week's club meeting at 7 at the pier, club members hopped onto the scale one after the other and awaited their official start weight. They also received a glucose level check and got their blood pressure readings. Over the next 12 weeks, they will make a conscious effort to eating healthier, balanced meals and exercising regularly to reach their weight loss goals. Members of the community are encouraged to sign up and participate in the challenge as well. Registering in groups can provide a boost of motivation and moral support to one another. President of the Rotary Club of Tortola, Miss Valerie, said, "We are excited to be bringing back Lose to Win this year, and it's good that we are launching it in January, as many of us would have indulged over the Christmas period and would want to shed a few unwanted pounds that were gained then. Or we may have other weight loss goals for the new year. We are encouraging the community to participate in this challenge. It is not just for Rotarians. Anyone can participate. It is a win-win as it is an opportunity to get fit and healthy while raising money for the BVI Diabetes Association so they can continue to do their good work in our community. The rate of diabetes has doubled in our lifetime because modern living has replaced healthier food practices of our ancestors. It's time we take control of our health, and community initiatives like Lose to Win, say Dr. Charlene Lewis of the BVI Diabetes Association, is an initiative and a great way for us all to focus on bringing our healthiest selves back. Members of the public can register to participate by visiting the office of the BVI Diabetes Association on Main Street, Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. between February 3rd, 2023, or stop by 7 at the Pier restaurant on the 3rd of February from 12 noon to 12:30 to register. The final weigh-in for the challenge will be on April 20th, 2023. The rules of the challenge are as follows. Register within the starting weight-in dates to qualify. Receive a signed sponsor sheet with rules attached. Ask your friends and family to sponsor you $1 per pound. The minimum weight loss goal must be 5 pounds. Each participant must get at least 10 sponsors. If you explain the rules to sponsors, if you successfully lose weight, propose, will they pay the amount pledge for each lost pound by April 28, 2023. There are penalties to failure to lose weight and if participants gain weight. If a participant puts on weight, he or she will pay $100. Each pound pledge but not lost will cost the participant $20. Participants must bear in mind that all money paid in at the end of the challenge goes towards a good cause, so participants are strongly encouraged to participate. The winner from this year's challenge will receive better health and a more robust physique, but will also receive personal training and a gym membership sponsored by TORTOLA Sports Club. HARNEY'S and Unite BVI have come together to partner for the Community Mental Health Masquerade Gala charity event in support of mental health. Recently, Director of Community Mental Health, Dr. Virginia Rubain, sat down with myself to discuss this event and encourage community support.
So on February 25th of this year, we'll be hosting our Anti-Stigma Gala. So I have to give you some background.
Sure.
So in July of 2022, Community Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services launched their first anti-stigma campaign. And the campaign is centered around attitudes and behaviors that make it challenging for persons with mental disorders to function as a whole person in our community. Some of these attitudes and behaviors are institutionalized. Some of them happen in our everyday. But through the auspices of Public Health England, we were able to partner with Mind UK to design a unique program for the Virgin Islands, and we launched it in July. So over the next 12 months, we're going to have a series of activities that not only educate persons in the community about these latent attitudes that influence their behaviors, but we're also going to be giving the persons that are partnering with us, we call them our champions.
Awesome.
And our champions are persons with lived experience. We're going to give them the platform to share with the community what it's like for them living with a mental disorder and what persons in the community could do to support them rather than hamper them.
Dr. Rubain expounded on the gala and also shared the theme and why it was chosen.
So our first signature event, we're going to be having a masquerade gala at the governor's house, and he has so graciously agreed to partner with us. It is being funded by HARNEY'S as well as Unite BVI.
Beautiful.
So Unite BVI has provided 100% funding for the duration of the campaign over the next 12 months, and we're ecstatic.
That is incredible.
It is. We're ecstatic that they see the value in what the campaign is going to bring to the community. So we have a whole slate of activities, but we want the community to focus on this particular one.
Additionally, the gala is in honor of Mr. Culsher, a former employee of HARNEY'S who committed suicide. Now, Dr. Rubain spoke about his legacy as well as contributions to varying islands.
So the honoree was a beloved member of the HARNEY'S family. He worked in the BVI for several years and moved to Hong Kong and was working over in Hong Kong, unfortunately, when he committed suicide. And I didn't know him personally, but when I read his remembrance book, I was just struck by what a good person he was and what a gift he was to the communities that he served in. You know, and it's just such a shame because, you know, with all the resources that are available to us here, that people still feel like there's no other option. And I think raising awareness about that is so important, and celebrating his life because it was well lived.
Yes.
And so that's why we named the scholarship in his honor.
All proceeds from the event will go towards the establishment of a scholarship fund in Mr. Culsher's name that will benefit 2 local students here in the Virgin Islands.
So we're starting our first annual scholarship fund in his name. So we're going to be having a silent auction, and the proceeds from that auction will fund scholarships for 2 deserving students who are studying at H. Labadee Community College in the area of human services. And if they want to go off and study in any mental health related field and they qualify, we're going to present them with financial assistance.
Now, for the full interview, persons are encouraged to visit all 284 media platforms. We are following a story where the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force have confirmed to our newsroom that residents with disabled or inoperational vehicles along the roadsides or unsecured lots, whether temporarily or permanently, are being urged by the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force to secure their license plates. The warning comes after the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force has disclosed that there has been an upsurge in the theft of license plates from vehicles left unsecured at locations. Now, Rotown Chief Inspector Surma Bruley warned of the dangers that could result from this recent illegal practice. She said, and I quote, "These license plates could easily be used on other vehicles to commit crimes and evade detection from police." She advised vehicle owners to remove and secure their plates and all other easily removable items in and around the vehicle and encourage persons to make a report to police as soon as their license plates are discovered missing. The police are inviting persons with information on suspects stealing license plates from vehicles to contact the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force Intelligence Unit at 368-9339. Again, that number is 368-9339. Up next, we have more local news.
Hun, it's asking for your password.
Huh?
You were logged out. I need the password.
BR.
What's the rest?
BRANDI, the number 4, EVER?
Who's Brandy?
We're like the password that isn't your ex-girlfriend's name. CG Insurance. Good like that.
I should have changed it.
You should have.
You're right.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, I can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you, you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home. Keeping out that trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I huff. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. The British Virgin Islands will soon have a 25-meter international competition standard swimming pool after the BVI Olympic Committee secured a commitment from Pan Am Sports and World Aquatics to support the supply of the facility. Kamal Haynes has this report.
The confirmation came from the BVI Olympic Committee in a media release on Wednesday that said the pool, which is valued at approximately $400,000, will be installed and managed by the H. Lafferty Stout Community College. Well, it follows 6 months of discussions between the BVI OC President, Mr. Ephraim Penn, Secretary General for Pan Am Sports, Mr. Ivor Cisnega, and the President of HLSCC, Dr. Richard Georges. Penn spoke on the initial conversation that led to the college's involvement in the partnership. He said, and I quote, Dr. Georges initially approached the BVI OC in July with an offer of partnership for the installation of a swimming pool following a response I had given to a question on the status of swimming in the territory at the Birmingham 2022 Commonwealth Games press conference. But this was a timely outreach that came on the heels of a Pan Am Sports National Olympic Committee consultation meeting that Secretary General Lloyd Black, Treasurer Mark Chapman, and I attended in Miami in May 2022, end quote. Well, H. Lafferty Stout Community College's president, Dr. Richard Georges, said the project aligns with the college's master plan since it supports the marine and maritime curriculum as well as improves the experience of the students on campus. He said, and I quote, The HLSCC currently offers a range of accredited maritime certificates that prepare students to work in the marine and marine tourism industries. Our current STCW certificates require a water safety module for which a swimming pool is integral to the practical training and testing of the participants. Until we have our own pool, we are reliant on the use of private facilities. Having our own facility will provide stability to those programs while enabling us to evolve our campus into a comprehensive educational institution that supports the development of student life while strengthening its regional and international appeal to third-party educators, end quote. Our president of Pan Am Sports, Mr. Nevin Illick, explained why the BVI was selected to receive the project, pointing to the development of sports in the territory that has been observed, as well as the previous investments made by his organization. He said, and I quote, Pan Am Sports and World Aquatics identified installation of swimming pools as an urgent need for the region. The BVI has already made its mark in swimming with the likes of Olympian Elena Phillip, and this, along with our history of support for the development of the BVI's athletes, coaches, sports and sporting facilities, like the Mondo track at the Eero Shirley Recreation Ground, helped us to identify the NOC as the beneficiary of our offer to provide a training and competition pool, provided they would find a location and a partner that would be responsible for civil works and the maintenance and management of the facility, which should be accessible to all, end quote. The initiative was presented by the BVI OC by Secretary General Mr. Cisnega, who explained that a pool is essential for the development of competitive swimmers. He also stressed the importance of learning to swim as a survival skill. He said, and I quote, a short course 25-meter pool is the ideal sized pool for a small country, since it would allow the swimmers to compete in official distances, while at the same time supporting a learn-to-swim program that would help develop local talent and, more importantly, give the opportunity to many of the local children and youth the opportunity to learn to swim properly and to engage in this sport on a regular basis, end quote. In addition to serving training needs, the swimming pool is expected to be used for teaching basic survival skills through progressive swimming lessons offered at all levels. Reporting for 284 News, I am Kamal Haynes.
And some very interesting news as well. Continuing on, One Love FC is now a joint top of the BVI Football Association Men's National League after picking up a crucial win against VG United over the weekend. On the sports scene, our Kamal Haynes has this report.
Playing at the East End Lone Look venue on Saturday, January 28th, One Love FC defeated VG United 3-2. Richard Morgan opened the scoring for One Love in the 18th minute of the game, but that was short-lived as VG's Devante Samuels netted an equalizer to level the score at 1-1. While just before the break, One Love's Colin Lavia put his side ahead once again to give his team a 2-1 advantage into the half. In the second half, VG came out fighting, with Sheldon Harry making it 2-2, but Lavia popped up to the net for a second time to secure the 3-2 winner for One Love. When the win secured all 3 points for One Love, sending them joint top of the standings with Sugar Boys on 25 points, but technically second with a lesser goal difference. Well, following the game, One Love's manager Mark Savage said it was a very competitive game. He said, and I quote, "They are a young running team. We had to change up our game plan a bit, alter our formation, and look to establish control of the midfield. Our goals were beautiful, the victory really pleasing, and it feels good to be at the top," end quote. Well, meanwhile, in the second game, Lionheart FC enjoyed a resounding 7-1 victory over Positive FC as Tyrone Buddha went joint top of the Golden Boot race, scoring his 10th and 11th goals of the season. Well, Lionheart benefited from 2 own goals and also added Siobhan Thomas, Stephen Williams, and Bisson Richard.
Viewers, that is all the time we have. I want to thank you so much for joining us here at 284 News, your source for honest and impartial news right here on 284 Media out of Tortola in the British Virgin Islands. I'm Ron Grant. It is always a pleasure. Do have a beautiful rest of the day. A happy Thursday's wish to each and every one of you. I will, of course, see you again tomorrow as we deliver your daily dose of local, regional, and international content. Have a beautiful rest of the day. Bye-bye.